welcome back. We are on reading lesson number 3, and we'll do the same routine as we did before. We'll do a little bit of vowel review. New skill. We'll do some reading of words, and we'll do a little bit of spelling. Okay, so for the vowel review, this is vowel name is A. When it's closed in, it will say ah. Good. Vowel name I. When it's closed, it will say it. Good. Awesome. Okay, on to our new skill. New skill today. Can you say crab? Crab. Do you hear the two sounds there? Kra. Yeah, good. And then can you say brim? Can you hear the brr? So there's a b and a r. Brim. And then say trap. Trap. So these words, we call them blends. So this one has a C and an R. It's an R blend. We just say it really quick. So ab. Blends are they're easy to do. It's just that it sometimes hides the vowel. So you got to make sure you make all the sounds. Okay. So on brim, there's the vowel and it's got the BR. So you got to make sure you go brr and then im and make sure you see the vowel when you're reading. Okay. Same with trap. There's the vowel. You got to make sure you go tur and then make sure you see the vowel and say ah. Okay, just makes reading a little bit trickier. So that's the new skill. Just blending words. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to sound it and then we'll read it. So do the sounds. Brat. Brat. Good. And this one, crib. The word is crib. Good. Sound this one. Bran. The word is bran. Good. And the last word, trap. The word is trap. Good. Read those words again. Trap, bran, crib, and brat. Good job. Okay, so there's the vowel. Make sure you say the sounds. Crab. Good. That's the word crab. Next word. Cram. The word is cram. Next word. Fran. The word is Fran, which is a name. And there's the vowel I. Trip. The word is trip. So nothing really new. It's just that when there's two letters, before the vowel, we call that a blend. And we just let our mouth say it really quick. Okay, so just a reminder on this. When you see you see a bigger word, remember, you can always look for the vowels. Vowel, vowel, okay? You see there's two consonants, so this is where it gets divided. And then you can just concentrate on this syllable, this part of the word. So ab, this part of the word is fab. And now we look at this part. Rick, and then you put it together. Fabric. The word is fabric. Awesome. Now let's look at this one. You might already know this word, but I'll just show you anyways. There's your vowels. Then you look between. And so then you can concentrate on this syllable, this part, rab, and then this part, bit, rabbit. Awesome. Okay. Good job. And then we'll go to the next slide here. I'm just going to bring this down. It stays there. Okay. So let's do this one. You see the vowels. There's your vowels. Okay. And you notice two letters in the middle, so that's where it's going to get divided. And then we're going to read this side. Traffic. Traffic. Great. Okay, and then we can go down to the bottom. Here's your vowels. You notice there's two consonants between. That's where it's going to get divided. So we're going to come up and notice that the A is closed in by the N, so it's going to make that ah sound. Tran, and this side, sit. Transit. Excellent. Good, so let's read those words again. Traffic and transit. Awesome. Good job. Okay, just have to get rid of this. Good, let's read this. The brim on the hat had a red trim. Good. Dan got a big crab in a crab trap. So there's the hat with the red brim, and there's a crab in the crab trap. Good. Another sentence. Fran had a trip on, okay, so we're going to read up to here. Transit in lots of traffic. Traffic. Good. There. Whoa. Well, that's a good picture. That'd be a cool bus. Okay, so we did reading words, we read some sentences, and now we're just going to spell a few words. Good job. So get your pen or your pencil, or maybe you're working on a whiteboard. Okay. We'll always review our vowel sounds. So say ah. Ah. What would you write for ah? Right, that's an A. And then say eh. Good. What would you write for eh? An I. Awesome. I just like to put the lines behind it to show you that it's closed in. So what is this going to say? Ah, and this will say eh. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to write a couple of words. We're going to try the word trap. So trap. Try and hear the sounds in trap. T, r, ah. We say it really quick. It almost sounds like a ch sound, but tr, ah. So what letters do we need? T, r, ah, and a p. Excellent. Okay, so one more word. You say brim. Brim. So what sounds would you need for brim? B, r, good. Eh, good. So we'll go ahead and write the letters to that. B, and then you hear r, r, eh, and a Awesome. Good. So we've got the word brim and trap. Okay. So now we're just going to do a multi-syllable word. Can you say transit? How many parts to that word? If you put your hand under your chin and say transit, you can feel it. And there's two parts. So what's the first part of that word? Put your hand under your chin and say transit. Trans. Trans is the first part. So trans it. Let's hear the sounds for trans. Tr. So that's TR. And what would you write for an? If you're writing an A and an N, good. And then worry about the second part. Transit. So s, and then I, which is an I, and a T. Good job. So when you hear a big word, just do it part by part. Good. What was that word? Transit. Awesome job. Okay, we did another lesson. You did awesome. Good job. Check in with your teacher. You'll probably read some more words. And go ahead and try and divide the words when you're reading them. If you can't remember how to read them, use that strategy. Awesome. See you next time.